And our friend Chad Lippert joins us this morning on Skype to talk about this week's stock market news. And we're going to start off by talking about yesterday. It looks like the market was down. What influenced the markets there?
That's right. Good morning, Victoria. Always good to see you.
Yeah.
Yes, the market was down slightly yesterday. The Dow Jones was down 130 points. It closed at 27,901. The S&P and the Nasdaq were also slightly lower yesterday. We had numbers coming out of the labor market yesterday that weren't as good as expected, and so a little bit of nervousness about hiring in the marketplace right now due to the pandemic.
And what is it that investors can expect today?
Well, today's kind of an interesting day. It's quadruple witching day today. And so that has to do with options and how that impacts the stock market. And so we've been going higher on the futures for every now and then this morning, and every now and then we've been negative. So it looks like it's going to open relatively flat this morning.
And let's finish off by talking about the election and the impact that it could have on the stock market. I mean, it's dominating the news and our commercial breaks, and now does it have an impact on what you guys do?
That's right. It's the number one question that we get from clients, as you can imagine, as we approach a presidential election. I've been doing this now for 22 years, and every time we've been through this presidential election cycle, it's the number one question. And it's interesting, we just put out a piece here at DA Davidson looking back over the last 75 years and to see how the markets have performed with either a Democrat or a Republican being elected as president. And of those years, I believe 39 years we've had a Republican president, 36 years we've had a Democrat president, so pretty equal. And the returns have been good regardless of having a Republican or a Democrat. What's been interesting is the best returns, believe it or not, is just the data, was when we had a Democrat president and a Republican-controlled House and Senate. There's an old line that I learned early in my career that was gridlock is good for the market, because the less change that you have, the more those sitting around a boardroom table can kind of plan for the future. But the returns have been very, very close, within about 0.2% when we looked back over the last 75 years, whether you had a Republican or a Democrat as a president, right around 10% per year.
Interesting, very interesting. Thanks for digging up those numbers for us. We appreciate it. Offering some perspective on that. Yeah, thank you so much. All right, well, Chad, you have yourself a great weekend, and then we'll see you back here in a few weeks.
Sounds great. Thanks, you too, Victoria.
Thank you. We'll be right back after the break.